Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. It's me, Jayme. For those of you that are new to my channel and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If anyone is interested in booking a personal reading with me, all of the information on how to do so is down below in the description box. Now, I am recording this one live, so I'm just going to give it a couple of minutes to see if anybody is going to join us. I'll start in a little bit. I hope that everybody is doing well today. The energy feels a little off when I was pre-shuffling. It seems like somebody here is planning to want to try and trick somebody. In hopes that you wouldn't catch on to the type of energy that they're on. That's really what it is. Somebody are trying to be something that they're not, is what was really coming out when I was pre-shuffling. I'm going to begin with the tarot dice. So this might be loud a little bit, so I do apologize if it is. Universe, what is going on in the energy? And what is it that the collective needs to know at this time? We have the Nine of Wands, the Five of Pentacles sideways, and the Six of Cups. Somebody here is feeling a little overwhelmed, maybe with a choice or decision that they may have made, because somebody here is looking towards the past. They're reminiscing. Somebody's reminiscing about the past. They want a second chance, or they want a do-over here with this Fool. Somebody wants to take a leap of faith, but again, with this Five of Pentacles, it's giving somebody here feeling like they're left out in the cold, but not really doing anything to want to change their circumstances. We have a King of Wands sideways. This is somebody who is feeling slightly insecure with themselves. They don't feel confident in themselves. This is given the energy of somebody realizing that they made a huge mistake in regards to you, collective. Now they're feeling overwhelmed and burdened by the choices that they made, but they're not taking accountability. And it's giving the energy of somebody wanting to come back in some kind of way in hopes that you would just take a leap of faith, that you would just forget everything that has happened. We have the Eight of Pentacles. Somebody here is putting a lot of hard work and effort into creating some kind of independence for themselves, into creating some kind of stability. Yeah, Six of Swords reversed. That just fell out of my hands. Seven of Cups. Creating some kind of confusion. Somebody is hoping that you wouldn't be able to see through some kind of confusion that they're trying to create here in regards to you. It's because they see you diligently working ahead, working towards your goals, working towards your dreams, working towards some kind of success. You're focused on the prize. You're very determined at what you're doing. This is very interesting. The Two of Pentacles. This is about a choice. This is about choices. I really don't think that somebody here is ready to take some kind of accountability. It's like they want to come back, they want you to take a leap of faith with them, but yet they don't feel really positive about themselves. They don't feel good about themselves. Maybe they want to come back to attach themselves to you because you're obviously working towards something. So maybe they hope that by connecting with you, that you would, by connecting with you again, they hope that you would I don't know, like boost their ego in a way and maybe give them the confidence. I feel like that's why somebody wants to come back. Maybe because at one time or at one point, maybe before, previously, when you knew this person, right, they were able to elevate themselves because of them being surrounded by you, being in your energy. Something here about you get shit done. Maybe somebody here is realizing that you would be able to help them out of whatever situation that they're stuck in. This is really given somebody wants to come back in to use you like they used you before, to boost their ego, to help them get back on track just so they can go off again. We have the Nine of Pentacles. Something here about your independence, maybe how people are viewing you. Whoever is attached to whoever this person is that's trying to get back into your energy, I feel like whatever was why they left or the excuse that they used to leave was that you weren't putting in enough work, you weren't putting effort, you were not doing something for yourself is what it's giving. Like somebody was saying that, oh, collective isn't going anywhere, they're not doing anything, they're not worth anything. But now something about you being independent, something about the work that you're putting in and whatever that work is, it's like they want to be part of it because now you're making them look bad and they can't have that. So they want to come back in to get their ego boosted so you can help reorient their life just so they can leave again. We have Justice, the Ace of Swords reversed. So somebody's already coming in withholding the truth. This could be a Libra or a Scorpio. I do have Aries and actually very strong Aries with that King of Wands and that Fool. I don't feel like somebody is expecting you to not be the same person that you were before or not expecting you to be where you were before. And what I mean by that is spiritually, mentally. You're like, I've already learned that lesson. Like, why are you coming back now? Maybe that's part of their karma, to be rejected for rejecting you. The Tower is a false contract being ripped apart by the universe. Hi, Miss Cap Libra. Hi, Shelley. Hope you're all doing well. This is going to be a shocking surprise. King of Pentacles, the Empress sideways. Yeah, this person's very, very needy. They want attention. They're not able to do something for themselves. Maybe they're remembering the times where you were able to take care of them. This is somebody here who wants to be taken care of. And they'll move on to the next thing, and to the next thing, and to the next thing. Or move on to the next one. Somebody here who needs constant attention, and they need constant validation. Somebody knows that you've wrapped up a cycle from the past, that you have moved on. Page of Cups reversed. They don't mean what they're trying to say. And that was what was coming out in the pre-shuffle. Somebody wanting to come in as the Emperor, but then the Hierophant reversed came out, but yet they have no plans to commit. So they want... So it's like somebody's going to come in saying, oh, I'm finally ready to be everything that you've wanted. And it's like... But they don't even know who you are now, so how could they be everything that you've ever wanted? Because they don't know you. Maybe this person never really knew you in the first place. Something here is not working out for them in their life. This could also be somebody wanting to come back in and create some kind of false apology in hopes that whatever information is coming out with this Ace of Swords that maybe you won't believe or... Ooh, maybe that's why they're overwhelmed, because somebody here is getting ready to turn their back on them. That's why we have this tower here. Something false coming crashing down. Somebody built something falsely, and now they want to come back before the last brick crumbles. It's like they don't want it to hit them on the head. Very interesting. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, tell us more. It's given the energy of like, why now? Why now? Why all of a sudden? I feel like we're dealing with somebody here who runs from their problems. The Ace of Hearts, the Nine of Coins, the Queen of Scepters, and the Seven of Hearts. They want to come in and create some kind of confusion and some kind of uproar in your life. Something here about your independence or whatever it is that you're doing, whatever it is, you're able to stand on your own. Excuse me. They don't like the fact that you're so empowered because it's making them look bad. And there's something here that you're doing, maybe just by being you, by standing on your own, it's like dispelling some kind of lie that they may have created here with this Queen of Swords, because you're standing in your truth. They want to try and catch you off guard because they know how snippy your tongue can be. It's like they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear what it is that you have to say. They don't want to take the accountability and their responsibility. So they're going to come in with some kind of grandiose love gesture or love story here to, in hopes that you won't tell them off. Like maybe they're going to say, oh, I've learned my lesson. You know, you're the person of my dreams, or you're the person I want to work with, you're the person I want to be with, but it's only because of your inheritance. This is very interesting. And we have the Magician. They're also seeing how powerful you are. How you're able to create, how you're able to transmute, how you're able to manifest. So they want to come back in and connect themselves with you so that your focus would be on them. So that you can help manifest, help transmute their energy. I don't like this at all. This is giving energy vampire. This is giving energy vampire. Universe, please help me clarify this reading for the collective. I feel like they're also trying to escape something that they know is inevitable. Something here is inevitable. Universe, tell me about this Ace of Hearts. I feel like you're focused on yourself. You're giving yourself love. You're giving yourself attention. You're giving yourself self-care. You're taking care of yourself. You're standing in your truth. You're being who you are. And the King of Wands reversed again. And it's making somebody feel really insecure. Maybe something to do with whatever group of people they're connected with. Maybe they were able to gain some kind of notoriety in that group by being able to downplay you, collective, in some kind of way. But now, it's like now they've lost their position. And now they're feeling really scared and insecure, and they want to get it back at all costs. Universe, tell me about the Ace of Hearts, please, for the collective. The King of Swords, the Magician, and the Chariot reverse. Yeah, they want to put a stop to that. They don't want you to progress. They don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to continue to make them look like a dumbass. It's too late. Whoever this person is, it's too late. I don't think the collective's ever going to look back. And I feel like they can't stop whatever bombshell's about to be released. It's like they want to be put back on your good graces here in hopes that they can help control the truth. Strong Libra energy here. This is... And now we have the Queen of Pentacles reversed. It's because they're lacking. Somebody here who doesn't understand their own value. This is somebody here who only knows how to get by taking other people down. It's like the same playbook. They're using the same playbook that they used before. There is some kind of individual here. This owl is very wise. He's also very observant. So I wonder if there's also somebody here behind the scenes who has been doing some kind of investigation here. Has somebody seen the fact that you have moved on from whatever the situation was, whether it was love, friends, family, work? They were able to get by trying to downplay you. Wow, dealing with an ex-Libra. Wow. And that's the one thing about Libras here, right? They're all about attention. They're social creatures. They're social creatures. So they very, very much value what other people have to say, especially low-vibing Libras. Right? Because they're super flirty and super fun, right? The low-vibing ones. The ones that don't understand their value. They think that the attention and the validation of what they get is, you know, the reward of doing a good job, right? But that should come from inside, not from outside. I mean, it's one thing to have criticism and feedback, you know, and another to always kind of want to chase that and feeling like you can't do something because you don't feel supported from the outside. You should want to support yourself. But this is somebody here who wants to be taken care of with that Empress. Or is she? They want to be taken care of. This is definitely somebody that likes to be in control of the narrative. Whatever the narrative is, they like to be in control. They like to be seen as the top dog, the boss, right? And something about once you left them or they left you, however it was, they wanted to be seen as the victor, right? The one who, oh yeah, I'm the one who left Collective because Collective was such a bad person. Really? Because all I see is you loving on yourself. You acquiring all the tools that you need in order to manifest some kind of new life. And somebody wants to come back in to put a stop to that because you're making them look bad. If they didn't care about you, then why are they still worried about what it is that you're doing? Why do they care about you making them look bad? You're not trying to make anybody look bad. You're just trying to be your best self. I'm kind of sick of people who are just so worried about what everybody else is doing. Like, take that time and attention and focus on what you're doing. Universe, tell me about this 9 of coins. The Empress reversed. They see that you're independent, you're successful. It's very interesting because the 9 of coins is the Empress in the minor arcana. This is somebody here who is in the opposite energy of you. They're not independent, they can't stand on their own, they're too afraid to create. They don't want to birth a new life. They don't want to make something for themselves. I do have Aries here, my friend. Like I said, this could be an Aries, a Taurus, Libra. Something here is going in your favor. Something needs to happen now to balance out the scales. Something needs to happen now to balance out the scales. And I feel like this person's gonna want to come back just so that you can reject them. So you can say thank you, but no thank you. Somebody needs a wake-up call. That's what this is. This is a wake-up call for this person. To let them know they can't just play with people's feelings and emotions, say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and then come back whenever they want to come back. 7 of Cups reversed. You're not confused. You never were confused. You know exactly what it is that you want. This person doesn't. I don't even think this person knows themselves. They're a copy of the energy that they surround themselves with. Universe, tell me more about this 9 of coins. The 7 of Wands. You're being asked to defend yourself against this energy at this time. 4 of Cups here at the bottom of the deck. They want to talk you out of your next phase. They see you going places. This is definitely somebody here who feels like they have ownership over people or ownership over things. Universe, tell me more. They're hoping that you would let your guard down and that you would let them in. I don't know. I feel like somebody is plotting and scheming something. Maybe because somebody... Maybe they want to even come in and want to rob from you or steal from you? Maybe they did that in the past and they're hoping that they could do it again? Whether stealing from you physically or energetically? 3 of Swords. It propped up their ego when they hurt your heart, when they betrayed you. This is sick. Somebody here is sick. 10 of Wands. But that's over. Because you're no longer that version. 3 of Wands, you're moving forward. You're stepping through a portal here. You're ascending. Heading into new directions. Heading into new horizons. This person could even be wanting to come back, or maybe they're trying to find you, and maybe you're not where they left you. Maybe they were kind of wishing and hoping that you would be right where they left you. They were hoping you were still in the same place that they left you. And that you would welcome them in with open arms. That's what this is so surprising. Because I feel like you're not. Universe, tell me about this Queen of Swords. You know, I just realized... Let me cover her boobies. 3 of Swords reverse. See, you are healed now. You're not in a position where you're going to allow yourself to be backstabbed or betrayed. You've learned your lesson once. You're not going to play with fire anymore. 7 of Swords reversed. Sneaky fox here, hoping to pull the wool over your eyes. But it's not going to work. Three of Pentacles reversed. They know that you will not be able to work together with them anymore. There's something here about not collaborating. Death is here as well. This is an ending. With endings come new beginnings. This is some kind of transformation. It's like they don't like the person that you've become. Of course not, because it dispels all the rumors that they told about you. Universe, tell me more. There's this King of Wands in the reverse again, and the Nine of Cups reversed. They're hoping that you would be the key to their They're hoping that you would do whatever it takes to make... This is really sick. Again, Seven of Cups reversed, but there's no confusion here, or there's... Somebody's not able to try and confuse you again. Somebody needs attention with this King of Wands in the reverse. Somebody here could even be a hothead. Wanting to do things even by force. And maybe somebody here doesn't like some kind of protection that you now have. They're obviously not happy. Somebody here is overindulgent as well. With this Nine of Cups reversed, I don't know if somebody here drinks a lot, they smoke a lot, they do something here in excess. Because they're escaping their own problems. Because they want everyone else to fix it for them. Maybe this person's even being kicked out by the group that they're connected with. We have the Tower, the Seven of Swords reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, Death, Five of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles reversed, and the Son of Pentacles. Something here is going according to plan. You are following the plan, your plan. Five of Wands. They want to create some kind of hostility towards you because you won't take them back. So they're trying to say that it's your fault? They're crying. Somebody here needs to stop crying like a little bitch. If this is a masculine energy, male or female, somebody here is crying like a little biatch. But that's because they don't understand their own value. They don't understand their own worth. And they don't like the fact that things are being taken away from them with this Tower in the reverse. But they can't confuse people as to why things are falling away. This is somebody who's not... Instead of accepting the fact that they're going under karma for all of the bad things that they've did, they're just trying to say that it's all collective's fault that all these bad things are happening to them. But I don't even think like you're doing... I don't even think that this person is even crossing your mind in that way. They just don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to move forward. They don't want you to progress. They want you easily controllable and easy to manipulate. Something here is going according to plan. With this Knight of Pentacles, you are following the plan. You may not know it, but you're following your intuition. You're doing what it is that you need to do. You're headed towards prosperity. You're building the life that you've always wanted. Somebody wants to confuse you and say, oh, I'm the one that you want. I'm the one that you've been manifesting. This could even be somebody here who wants to use your spirituality or even your faith against you. By maybe wanting to come in and like apologize and say, well, aren't you supposed to accept my apology because isn't that what you spiritual people do? I mean, you can accept the apology, but it doesn't mean you need to accept them back into your life. I don't know, I see that somebody here sees that you're doing well now. And they're like, I want to get a piece of that. And they also don't like the fact that you've been making them look bad. But aren't they making themselves look bad by wanting to come back to the one person that they blamed in the first place? Like, make that make sense. Is this somebody here who's highly competitive? This could even be somebody here who even has been doing rumors here in hopes that other people wouldn't collaborate or work with you or wanted to be connected with you. Universe, tell me more. It's like they don't want something to come together. We have discovery, and then we have victim. Total opposites here. It's like you've discovered your heart, you've reconnected with your heart chakra. Maybe that's what pisses them off even more, because maybe they're feeling like, oh, did I not mean anything to you because you're not hurt over me anymore? And it's like, why do they care? Again, still, why do they care? Again, somebody here is acting like a victim. In this deck, we have the dragon here, and then we have the squirrel. There's also another card in this deck, the trickery card. And that actually came out when I was pre-shuffling. This dragon is trying to trick the squirrel out of his nuts, trying to claim that, oh, I'm hungry, I don't have anything for myself, but really they do, right? He was just hiding it behind his back. Somebody wants to make you a victim. They want to keep you as a victim. They want you to be able to provide for them, even though they're being provided by somewhere else. This could even be somebody here who's been trying to keep you in like a secret third party, even. They want the best of both worlds. They want their cake and they want to eat it too. They don't like the fact that you've discovered your heart, that you've discovered your connection to the divine, to source, to spirit. Well, they're the ones that pushed you there in the first place. And we have creation. They see that you're transmuting the energy that they gave you. And that you're recovering. You're being given some kind of keys, some kind of knowledge. Something is being returned to you. This is justice. And maybe this person is coming back around into your life just so that you can witness their downfall. With this double tower. To witness their downfall. Universe, tell us more. They don't like that you're moving forward. We have courthouse in the reverse. So they don't like some kind of decision or some kind of verdict here. This is somebody here who's in bad health. Either physically, mentally, spiritually. They want your help because something is not going in their favor. I knew somebody here was trying to cover up for something that they did in the past. And I know that there's somebody else here watching this person. This person is under investigation for something that they shouldn't have done with this courthouse in the reverse. That's why they want to come back in and make amends here in hopes that when maybe news comes to you about what they did behind your back, which was obviously very unlawful, spiritually or in the physical courts, they did something unlawful. They did something they know that they shouldn't have done. So they want to come back in to apologize, to be in your good graces, so that whoever is watching behind the scenes, right, they feel like it'll lessen their burden, it'll lessen their karma, it'll lessen whatever the hell they have coming in for them. We have family room and a message of concern. This involves a whole group of people. This person could even be being sent in by whatever group they're attached to. Because the whole group might be going down, because maybe they all might have teamed up against you. Them and their whole family. Or their friends, or whomever this individual hangs out with. We have a child and we have unexpected income. Whenever I see this child card, I always think about innocence. Somebody was not able to rob you of your innocence. They weren't able to rob you of your joy. And maybe they don't want to have to pay out for what they did. Somebody's going to be forced to pay out for something that they did against you. But they don't want to pay out, so they want to come in and fake apologize and try to be back in your good graces in hopes that your forgiveness would be enough. I don't think so, because I also feel like somebody here is going to come in and spill some kind of information and truth to you about what happened. That's why this is something here. Some information here you're going to discover, you're going to stumble upon from another source. And I feel like it's going to happen right before this person tries to make amends. And I don't think this person's going to know that you already know. Or that you already will know by that point. I'm going to grab another deck. And we're going to find out some more. I feel like whoever this person is, like it's like their skeletons are finally coming out of their closet. And that's what they're really trying to avoid. And it's like they want you to come rescue them and save them. After doing whatever it is that they had just done to you. Like, make that make sense. Universe, what's the T in regards to the situation, please? For the collective. I don't know, this is given like somebody here who's like a street rat or like a street thug type of energy. Like somebody here who's like bottom of the barrel type of energy. And it's all because it's all in a reflection of how they really feel about themselves on the inside. Universe, what's the T for this situation, please? You're unbothered. Somebody here is unbothered, and maybe that pisses them off. You're unbothered that they're getting bad karma. This is somebody here who's a groupie. This is somebody who is a follower. They're not a leader. They can't stand on their own. They're a mirror image, like I said earlier, of those that they surround themselves with. And you're busy hustling, making it rain. You're focused on your money. You're unbothered. You could care less. You have moved on. Or at least that's how this person views you. This person's a thief. They want to come in and rob from you because... Universe, tell us more. Because they want to marry for money. They want to use you for what you got. This person could be carless. Maybe things are being taken away from them. They have no mode of transportation. They have no mode of moving forward. And they're fake flexing, trying to maintain some kind of false, fake lifestyle. And they're going under legal issues. This could be somebody here who's having assets or things being repossessed, being taken away from them. Maybe a house is being foreclosed on this person. So they want to come in and marry for money. And they're like, oh, let me go back to collective. After everything that I said and I did to them, let me go back to collective. Meanwhile, I don't even think this individual knows that somebody here has been investigating them for maybe doing something against the law in regards to you. Something here to do with the internet. I don't know if somebody here was doing something online that they shouldn't have done in regards to you, but something went a little too far. But yet they want to come in and marry you for money? I think somebody's scheming lifestyle is catching up to them. Universe, tell us more. We have running, love triangle, and jackpot. Yeah. Third party, multiple lovers, choices. Third parties, I mean, this doesn't have to be other love interests. This could just be their groupies. It's like you're unbothered. You're going to be winning money. Maybe some of y'all have gotten rich, or you have improved your status in some kind of way. Or they know that you're going to be receiving some kind of blessing. They've definitely been keeping up with what it is that you have been doing. So they want to run away from a love triangle to marry you for money, or to be associated with whatever it is that you have, your blessings, your spiritual inheritance. There is some kind of photo proof that somebody here caught a case. Maybe a part of this too was that, major download. Major download. Somebody here could have been in a love triangle. They could have blamed you, maybe because they caught a case. Maybe because they caught some kind of sexual infection, sexual disease, a rash, something. They gave it to their other partner. But they gave it to somebody else, right? Maybe they were trying to say that it came from you. And whoever that other person was, they may have filed a report on you, saying that, oh, collective is out here giving people STDs and whatever, right? Meanwhile, you're not. And that's why they're being caught up for filing a fake report. For not being honest with their own whereabouts. There is some kind of photo proof. There is some kind of evidence here that somebody here got caught. We have reflecting and bad habits. Somebody's bad habits are catching up to them. Universe, tell us more. This could even be somebody here who married for money or went towards somebody else to marry them for money. This person, I don't know what this person is doing with their bad habits, but they're obviously sleeping around with multiple different people. They obviously caught something either by sleeping around with somebody, or they caught something by their bad habits, right? By sharing whatever paraphernalia they were using. And they wanted to blame that it came from you when it actually never did, because they were trying to cover up the fact that they married for money and that they still wanted to be able to do whatever the hell they wanted to do with whomever they wanted to do it with. Somebody here is in their head. They're in their head. They're stressed out because they know time is ticking. It's only a matter of time. Hi, Brianna. Hope you're doing well. They know it's only a matter of time. I did say in the beginning of this reading something about a bombshell. I don't think you know the true severity or the true depth of how far something went. Something here about medical records. You're going to find out that maybe your medical records were tapped into to confirm that maybe you didn't have an STD all along. or you didn't have a substance abuse issue. And I'm not saying there's anything good or bad or wrong with that. I mean, people's journeys are people's journeys. But again, this is the no accountability for their own actions. Because they know what they did was wrong. They know that they shouldn't have done whatever it is that they did. And they want you to save them. Universe, tell us more. This is somebody here, they could have even been trying to steal your work, steal your creativity. This is definitely somebody here who's a duplicate. They've been looking you up, trying to research you, trying to figure out what it is that you've been up to. But you're unbothered. You could care less. You're stepping into your power, you're a queen rising, and this is somebody here who hates your happiness because they messed up their own life with their own choices. And they're pissed off that they can't use you as a scapegoat. They can't use you to feed off of you anymore. Maybe they've been cut off from whoever the hell they married for money. Because now the truth is becoming apparent. The truth is coming out. They don't need to necessarily have married somebody for money, but I feel like they got into some kind of commitment for the money, for whatever it was able to provide them. Universe, tell me more. We have unfazed, love on the brain, and played out. Somebody here is played out. This is somebody here who's in La La Land, fantasizing, daydreaming, nostalgic. Fantasizing. This person lives in a fantasy world. This is also somebody here who cannot weather the times. I don't know if they think that everything is always supposed to be peachy keen and good. Like, this is somebody here who cannot handle the heat. They can't handle when they do something wrong. Or when things are not going smooth in their own life. This is somebody who was played out. Like I said earlier, they're using the same playbook. They're using the same playbook. You're being asked to dust it off. Somebody here who is going to act like they're into you, but yet you're dodging bullets. Escaping crazy people. Universe, tell us more, please. Universe, what lies beneath the surface that we need to know? This is somebody who was keeping you a secret the whole time. They were keeping you a secret. This is somebody here who's full of drama and full of envy. They were keeping you a secret. They were keeping you a secret. They were taking from you. And then when they got found out, they blamed you for everything. That's why this person left. It's because they got caught. And they didn't want to lose whatever resources they were promised by somebody else. Universe. Private relationship. This is somebody who was promiscuous. I don't feel like you're the only one they've done this to. They've done this to multiple people. Something here has been a pattern. It has been a pattern. And that's why this person has been investigated. Something here has been a pattern. They have left cookie crumbs. And somebody else followed the crumbs. Kind of like a connect the dots in a way. Like somebody here has been able to connect the dots back to this one person. This is like a scam artist. That's really what this is giving. This is a scam artist who has... I don't know if it's substance abuse issues or they're addicted to something. Or they're just addicted to attention. Or they're addicted to getting their ego inflated. Somebody here is all in their feelings. They're all in their feelings because you're the one that they couldn't get a scheme over, or they couldn't get exactly what it is that they wanted out of you, because I feel like you're protected by the divine, by source. There is some kind of recording here that is coming out. Some of you could even be finding out how maybe this person was even trying to set you up to be recorded. So they could have some kind of something as ammunition or to sell online. Somebody here is going through a bank failure. They're going through a bank failure and they're trying to run from it. They're trying to act like they're not bothered. And then they're looking you up like... Somebody here is getting a room and the police are involved. The game is over. This person could be being set up. This person could be being set up. This is somebody here who maybe has even been selling their own body to try and make money. Because they're obviously bankrupt. But the police are involved. The police are setting this person up. Somebody here could have even been undercover and infiltrated the group to get more information. I'm just looking at the Wild Unknown deck that I have on the side that I used earlier with this Knight of Pentacles from earlier. The plan is being followed. The stage has been set. Things are going according to plan. Universe. Doing drugs. They're stuck on their own devices. We have tired of the drama. This is somebody who could be wanting to come back in and saying they're tired of all the drama. They're being set up by the police. Somebody could even be trying to call you from jail. That's maybe where this apology is even going to come from. They're going to try and call you from jail after they've been caught, is really what this is. They want to apologize after they've been caught. They didn't feel guilty before. They only felt guilty when they got caught. When they get caught. The police are going to show up at this person's door. They know about all of the private relationship that this person has been in. And they've been trying to keep everything a secret. But I feel like they spilled the beans to the wrong person because of this. That's why love is on the brain, because of this, right? This alters your mind. Whenever you're on drugs, it alters your chemical makeup. It alters your neural pathways. Somebody here could be on methamphetamine. Or MDMA or ecstasy or something like that that brings out those euphoric highs. They've just been riding the wave. But when you're on those types of substances, you don't think clearly. You're unable to think clearly. Somebody here was not smart. They could have even gone as far as to saying that you're the one that gave them the STD and you're the one that sold them the drugs. It's all on recording. They don't want you to hear the evidence. We have a hater investigating fake apology and tired of the drama. They can't handle the brunt of their own actions. There's a pregnancy test. They don't want to hear it. I can't make this up. They want to fake apologize because they know they're under investigation and they know the investigation's about to be wrapped up. They know the truth is about to come out. And now they're going to try and claim, I'm tired of the drama. I don't want the drama now. Well, if you can't handle the heat, then get out of the goddamn kitchen. You shouldn't have cooked all this up. Maybe they were the ones cooking the drugs. It's given Breaking Bad. Is it Breaking Bad? No. What's that? Is it? I don't even know. This has just been a bump in your road. And you could even be getting a payout because of what this person said and what this person did. You might even have grounds for a defamation lawsuit. And maybe that's why they're going to be put under a bank failure and whoever they're married and attached to. Something here about liens. Maybe a lien might be put on somebody's home because of a defamation lawsuit that you might have the grounds to file because you're going to be given the evidence. This is somebody here who's a bugaboo. They use people. They're a sleep around. They're a hobosexual. Universe, tell us more, please, for the collective. Universe, please tell us more. What is the news? Something about you being the black sheep, you going against expectations, defying the norms. We have red flagged, warning signs, take heed, risky situation. Lust. Be very, very careful. Somebody here is extremely inconsiderate. It's that same energy of wanting to apologize because they see that you're going against expectations, that no matter what they threw at you, it didn't alter your destination. It didn't alter your course. It didn't stop you. It didn't limit you. Something here, it only emboldened you. Universe, tell me more. They probably thought that this would win because maybe you are the black sheep. Maybe they didn't think that you would have any allies coming to your defense, or that anybody would believe you or your story or believe your character. Honeymooning, sippin', heart to heart, and detective. There's a detective here. Somebody here has been investigating. Somebody could be wanting to reach out to you to tell you what it is that has happened, whatever this detective is, because there has been some kind of accusations. And I also feel like somebody here, it's like right at the time that you're going to find out the truth, this person wants to come in and apologize, go through like a honeymoon phase with you, only because they want to see how much information you've already know. So this could even be like one of their groupies. One of the people that they're connected with that wants to come in to see how much information you already know. We have TikTok deadline. We have wine and dine. This is very odd energy. We have stressed and abandoned. Universe. Something about having a different perspective, you're better off. Your head is very clear. Clear headspace. And somebody here is in turmoil. And they're running. Because they've hit their breaking point. Because they got caught. They know the heat is on them. They know this detective is getting ready. Is inching closer and closer and closer. Wow. The very person that they could be sending your way to see how much information you already know is actually the person who's been collecting evidence and information that against them the whole time. And I don't even think they know this, that somebody in their own corner has been playing double agent. Something very shocking is getting ready to come out. They want to take advantage of your heart. That's all it is. They took advantage of your kindness. Somebody thought that you were naive and stupid. Realizations, epiphanies, understanding. Somebody here is very clingy, with cloudy judgment against the divine feminine. A procrastinator. All this time that they have spent scheming, plotting, gossiping, spreading lies, planting false evidence, blaming you, whatever it was. If they just took that time and effort to actually do something for themselves. I thought I felt something flip over. They want to have a heart-to-heart because of your beauty. Somebody or whoever has been investigating you to see if whatever somebody else said matches up. I think somebody sees it, you're the black sheep, that you go against expectation, you're defying norms, and that you're very beautiful and you have a kind heart. And that you didn't deserve whatever this person did to you. Or has done to you. Something about time. Somebody is chasing toxicity. They do this over and over again. This is even somebody who maybe had done this to somebody else. Maybe they felt like they could do it to you because they got away with it before. But they're not getting away with it now. Pride, emotional storm, and self-growth. There's the ego, there's the stubbornness, there's the arrogance. Now they're going through an emotional storm because they're unstable. Because they messed with the wrong one. They didn't understand your level of protection. Going back to what I said earlier about wanting to use your spirituality and your faith against you. They thought that you were naive and stupid. They didn't believe. They're gonna believe now. I don't have a choice. Either way, there's a brand new beginning here for you. A cycle is wrapping up. Maybe you've been sensing, like, the energy lately, and it's like something feels... I don't know if you've been feeling, like, a little bit of anxiety. But something here feels new. It feels fresh. That's because I feel like this person has already been caught. Universe, what doors are available to the collective at this time? The door of discovery, exploration, uncovering, learning, insight, and enlightenment. You're definitely going to be uncovering some kind of information. It's definitely being presented to you. It's going to lead to peace and serenity, though. Because I feel like you're going to finally understand why and how things played out the way that they did. Somebody's departure left way too many questions unanswered. And I feel like for some of y'all, maybe you guys have been walking around like, maybe feeling like people have been watching you or like eyes have been on you and you couldn't understand why. It's because of what this person said and did behind the scenes, all to keep up with their bad habits. In hopes that they wouldn't be discovered for the shitty ass person that they are. So that they wouldn't have to pay up. Universe, tell me more. Door of mystery, secret, unknown, enigma, suspense, intrigue, obscurity. And the door of healing. What has been secret is now being uncovered. It's no longer going to be unknown. The suspense is coming to an end. This is going to lead towards healing, restoration, renewal, and justice, and balance. This is what they don't want. They don't want things to be in your favor. Universe, tell me more. The door of shadows, introspection, inner journey, unconscious, integration. What was done in the dark will always come to the light. What was done in the dark will always come to the light. Somebody can no longer lurk in the shadows. Integrating. There's an integration here. There's an integration of realities, of your truth and their lies, colliding. Because both cannot exist. One needs to win. And what's going to win is the truth. The truth will always win. Doesn't matter how much time has gone by, the truth will always win. Two realities cannot coexist. This isn't a multiverse. We're in one dimension right now. Two different realities cannot exist in the same dimension. That's why they got caught. That's how they're being caught. Because as above, so below. You cannot control the narrative in a dimension that's false. You cannot create a false narrative. I'm not alone. I wonder who's outside my door. Interesting. It's fine. I know exactly who it is. It's the one person who doesn't like that I go live. Hi. Hope you're watching from outside the door. Universe, tell me more. Ignore whatever you hear from the outside. I have people here in my apartment building who are assholes. I know you're watching. And I'm done living my life by your rules. Universe, tell us more for the collective, please. There's that Hierophant in the reverse. Non-committal. Somebody here who lacks faith. They lack truth. They lack honesty. Somebody here is being stopped from being able to move forward. They want to win at all costs, but they're not going to be able to. They're not going to be able to. If this person is having support, walk away from them. This person's going to be left standing alone once the truth really comes out of what it is that they really have done, and that means the tide is going to turn in your favor with this Wheel of Fortune. Five of Pentacles reversed. The Six of Swords reversed. And the Hermit. Somebody's going to be left to contemplate on their own. Change is coming with both of these vibes. Whatever change is coming, it cannot be avoided. Somebody wanted to do something without having faith, without believing, by not committing to being right, by acting right. This is somebody here who is trying to gain attention and followers to do the wrong thing. They were trying to steal somebody's keys. Steal their place. Steal what belongs to somebody else, what belonged to you. Queen of Swords reversed. In Judgment. Judgment Day is upon them for being inconsiderate about other people and for only thinking about themselves or putting themselves first. You can run, but you can't hide. Because somebody's on your tail. Somebody in their own very camp is on their tail, has ratted them out. Plain and simple. Alrighty, y'all. I'm not going to do the Scrabble tiles tonight. I don't like the energy of being watched by people. I'm going to close this out with an affirmation and an oracle. Universe, please give me an affirmation for the collective, please. Engagement. Today, I make a conscious choice to engage with the world in an active way. I'll take a new route, talk to strangers. I will smell the flowers and pet dogs, and maybe walk around barefoot for a while, if I'm not inside a 7-Eleven. At the very least, I'll have a day that's slightly more interesting than average. And at the most, I'll have a startling epiphany or make a friend who will change my life forever. No pressure. People are mad that you're still engaging with the world. They weren't able to dim your light. They weren't able to dim your light because, as the hermit, you went and found it. You're the source of the light. And they can't take that from you because of your authenticity, because of your realness, because of your truth. Universe, please give us a final message for whoever this reading is for. Positive outlook. You know, this could even be somebody here that you don't even talk to anymore. You probably don't even talk to this person anymore. And maybe that's what butt hurts them even more, is that the fact that you probably maybe act like they don't exist because of the way that they treated you. And they don't like the consequences of that. So now that's why they ran their mouth and did all this bullshit behind the scenes here. Because you don't want to put up with their bullshit. Well, apparently neither does anybody else, because it's now coming back to haunt them. 29 breaks down to an 11, and 11 breaks down to 2. How you feel depends on your own mental attitude. The many faces of Ganesha reflect how you feel about the different aspects of your life: spirituality, health, finances, relationship, and emotional well-being. It is important to remember that circumstances are not good or bad, but always neutral. It is how you approach the situation that will determine your outcome. If you choose to see something as depressing, it will be. If you choose to see it as encouraging, it will be. Your mind determines how your day will go. Your state of mind has influence over your body, your relationships, your emotional well-being, and how you view your finances. Every day you are so careful when considering what you will eat during that day. You have the opportunity to be just as discerning when it comes to how you think. You can conquer your moods no matter how bad a mood you may seem to be in. Make up your mind that you are not going to be controlled by your moods anymore. If you do find yourself in a low disposition, take a moment to acknowledge what brought this up for you. Take positive action to shift back to happiness or being positive. That's what this is too. They weren't able to shift your positive outlook. They were not able to infiltrate your mental state, to control how you feel. You can conquer your moods no matter how bad of a mood you seem to be in. Of course you can. This person did not want you to do that because they wanted to apply pressure. That is what I have for y'all today. I am sending you all lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.